Well, as the city of San Diego considers some serious budget cuts to the arts community, some people may be asking, why do these groups need city support?
Tonight in our special report, KUSI's Sasha shows us how one arts organization has made a big difference in one man's life. Sasha?
Lauren and Alan, well, you don't really have to buy a ticket to a play, a concert, or visit a museum to know that the arts enhance our appreciation of life. Tonight, you're going to meet one man who can personally bear witness to the transformational power of art.
I could see things that I built actually go on stage, which was great.
Justin Davis is very proud of the work he's done in the scenery shop of the Old Globe Theater.
You know, they give me pieces that are here or there. You know, it's not like this big thing that I built, but I knew I built that.
While constructing the sets in the shop, Justin was also working on something bigger. Without realizing it, he was also rebuilding his life. Just a year ago, the 47-year-old Navy veteran could not have imagined the life he has today.
I was very hopelessly addicted, and my world was very confined.
When the one-time Navy corpsman who had served in Iraq came back to California, his life began to dissolve, replaced by the despair of PTSD, homelessness, and drug addiction.
It's such a lonely process, the PTSD, and when you're so addicted to the point that you're not making any connections with people because you're anesthetizing pain, but you're also anesthetizing joy.
Last year, Justin, still trying to get sober, was staying at the Veterans Village of San Diego when the Old Globe Theater came by with an outreach program called Behind the Curtain.
We'd get a chance to see the director. We'd get a chance to see costume. We got a chance to see props.
A program that let the veterans see the inner workings of a professional theater company. Justin was fascinated and then surprised when the theater offered to make him an apprentice. For 3 months, the Globe paid him to work in the scenery shop.
I might have sold it that I knew a little bit, but I didn't know much. So,
as the theater's technical director, Ben Thoren oversees all the work here.
He worked alongside our professional staff every day and came away with a better sense of self-esteem.
In his role as an apprentice, Thoren says Justin was expected to pitch in, just like everyone else, from painting and sanding to working with metal and wood and moving the bulky sets.
Our arts community is not just about our patrons, but it's about how we affect everybody in our community. And this is one way that we can affect one person at a time in a very real way.
During those long days in the shop, Justin says something happened to him, something he wasn't expecting.
I kind of get used to being a patient, and it was nice to come back, get out of my little comfort zone and start to get back into the workforce. And it did a lot for me. I can't really articulate to you the little shift in my psyche.
After years of feeling isolated and alone, a door was opening, and it was inviting him to come in.
To come back into a fold and be a part of a community was just everything for me.
Justin says he is finding his strength in community, and it is precisely that emphasis on community that makes organizations like the Old Globe Theater more important than ever.
I think the people of San Diego really value the arts.
Barry Edelstein is the Old Globe's artistic director. To continue its outreach programs for veterans, seniors, and those in shelters and prisons, the theater relies on funding from the city, money that may be cut from next year's budget.
We understand our responsibility to help the city in a time of budgetary constraint, but the cuts that are made in the arts have to be equitable, fair, and no deeper than you're asking of any of the other departments in the city.
Art has always been a window to greater understanding, and for Justin, it has been his path to discovery, to finding again all the lost parts of himself.
I feel a sense of belonging. I feel a sense of community, like it makes me want to engage. I went from thinking somebody needs to fix this to thinking I can fix this. I can do this.
I can fix this, he says, and I can do this. That is the message of self-empowerment. The Old Globe's artistic director says he is hoping the city will reverse the funding cuts and actually make good on a vow to restore more money to the arts. As for Justin Davis, well, he's in school right now, and he's getting ready to move out of the Veterans Village and into his own apartment, and that could happen later this month. So
what a very turnaround he's made too.
Yeah, an inspirational story, and it shows you how important these arts organizations are. It's not just for the people who they're selling tickets to. They have an impact.
Huge ripple effects.
Right.
You wouldn't necessarily put a veteran as somebody who's going to be directly impacted when you talk about cutting the arts programs, but that's a perfect example of how those two worlds collide, and it's a great example of the ripple effects.
Yeah, they really feel their mission is to go out into the communities and the neighborhoods and make a difference there.
Thanks,
All right,
Sasha.
Thanks.